Hi, everybody. It's Olivia, the creator of Freedom at the Mat, with another reading. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am grateful to be here on a beautiful morning. I send blessings to you and your loved ones, and let's get into the reading for today. So today I am reading from Neale Donald Walsh's Meditations from Conversations with God. And he has this to say on his January 24th passage. I suggest that it is your judgments which keep you from joy, and your expectations which make you unhappy. Judgments keeping us from joy, and expectations that keep us from being happy. So, Freedom at the Mat is all about releasing things, surrendering things that keep us from living our lives in the most free way possible. And so this particular passage really struck me because I think about all of the judgments that we operate in life with naturally. We're not trying to judge people or things, but we feel like we have to make judgments, which are decisions sometimes, to live our best lives. But I invite us this week, and perhaps for the foreseeable future, to surrender and suspend certain judgments with the potential of receiving joy. And I'll give you some examples. Let's say someone says, why don't you go with me overseas to Africa? And you say, oh no, girl, I hear they die from malaria over there, right? Let's just say that's something that you say, because that's a judgment that you have made in order to keep your life focused. You have made a judgment around something. But let's say instead of you making a quick judgment or repeating what someone else has said to you, their own judgment, you say, let me think about that. What might there be in Africa, right? A friend invited me to Iceland recently, and I was like, I don't know about Iceland, right? But what if I just lean into the yes, in the potential of a joy that I would have never known, an experience that I would have never known because I've surrendered a judgment around something I'd not experienced before. I'm very well aware there are certain things that we have experienced in life that have led us to make certain judgments, right? And I'll tell you one of mine really quickly. I had Popeye's chicken about 10 years ago, and I had a horrible reaction to the chicken. And now, anytime anybody says, Olivia, do you want some Popeye's chicken? I say, oh, no. That was a really rough night that night. But it smells so good, right? So I understand sometimes your judgment and your predispositions and decisions are made from previous evidence, but to the extent that they have not, and maybe I would say, maybe it was a bad batch, even though I am going plant-based. That's a whole other conversation, right? But my point is, can you surrender any judgments that you have for the potential receipt of joy? And then I want to talk about expectations, keeping us from being happy. A lot of times we have expectations from other people, from a job, from somebody you're buying from. And, oftentimes those expectations, especially when there's a negotiation, right? I'm going to pay you $10 and I expect to get this in return. Those expectations make sense. I'm not really speaking about those. I'm speaking about expectations more so from humankind, from people, where you have a spouse, you have a loved one. Perhaps it's from your boss at work. And you think, with all of that I put in, I was hoping I would get. I invite us today to begin living our lives with fewer expectations from other people. We are all doing the very best we can with a lot of circumstances that are unbeknown to the other person. I have an expectation of this new friend I have, but this new friend has a boatload of family issues that she is grappling with. I have an example, actually, of someone I had a lot of expectations from, and I was wondering why they weren't calling me back. It was a new relationship, and come to find out, the person was pregnant, and they were overwhelmed because they already had 2 children. and they were trying to figure out how they were going to keep their business going, keep their marriage alive, and have a third child. Over here in my head, I'm having all these they didn't call me back. They didn't email me back. They didn't, right? So what happens if we just surrender our expectations from other people? We show up, we speak honestly about what we need from them, and we give them grace for doing the best they can. And we honor ourselves for living our lives every single day, moment by moment, with fewer expectations of others and ourselves. What happens if we have fewer expectations of ourselves? That we do the very best that we can every single day and try to live our freest lives ever. May God be with you. Namaste.